dig things out of people's butts.
Yeah, and then I asked,
Was that a
are you
glitch
interested?
I'm not exactly sure how you would use your iPad for that.
And then I requested.
It's kind of large. It doesn't fit, but I mean,
I have no idea how, but I just knew I got the notification that it was starting, so I had to say something grossly inappropriate.
Jesus
So, I mean,
Christ.
at this
Don't
one time,
reveal
I asked,
that we make the things we start up with.
fuck's sake, this is supposed to be my stream.
It's just
Yeah, we need to let Dan take the lead.
Okay,
on
yeah,
this one.
sorry. Dan, would you like to make an introduction of some sort?
Take it away, Micro.
Okay. Well, welcome to the Dan Show. This last time, 2 weeks ago, we had a look at creation.com, and we ended up doing a lot of biology, which poor Dan didn't really appreciate. Well, I don't think he didn't appreciate it, but it's not his thing. Luckily for us, and especially for him, creationists also to say a lot of stupid shit about geology, which is kind of his thing. So today we're gonna take a look at some of the geology things on there. And for once, I actually prepared, and I went in and have 4 different articles. I promise you, we won't get through all of them. Probably won't get through one of them because we're slow as fuck. But we have a few things to choose between. So, Dan, which one should we do?
I say, like I said in the beginning, we should do the diamonds one because it looks kind of small, which is great.
It's short, and it has the most creative title ever.
I was gonna say we should just roll a 4D and see where it lands, but that's fine. 4-sided die.
I do have one.
I know you do, Rhetoric. I don't know why, but I just felt like you would have a pyramid-shaped die. I got
all my D&D dice ready to go. So,
so
I actually
randomize a number.
I have a D&D set that is the colors of the Houston Texans, logo. I did not ask for them. I did not purchase them myself. Somebody bought them for me, thinking that I A, gave a shit about football, and B, I mean, I actually do kind of like D&D, so the second point is good.
They were sort of right.
Look,
yeah, hey, they were halfway there.
Look, I want to stop before we actually go on this tangent because, pretty honestly, Dungeons and Dragons and football are the 2 things I would never in my fucking mind would have combined. But
right?
I'm sure there's a homebrew for that.
We should probably go on.
I'm gonna go look up homebrews for D&D and football now.
Goblin football.
We should probably just go on. Okay, so
and just so everybody knows, we're talking about American football, not the good football.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, crap football here.
So I'm gonna Director Blast. You should read the first title.
So the carbon thing.
Yes.
Okay.
No, the title that's highlighted.
Okay. Shut up. Diamonds, a creationist's best friend. Carbon. What do hard, sparkling diamonds and dull, soft pencil lead have in common? They are both forms allotropes of carbon. Most carbon atoms are 12 times heavier than hydrogen. About 1 in 100 is 13 times heavier. And 1 in a trillion is 14 times heavier. Of these different types, isotopes of carbon, carbon-14 is called a radiocarbon because it is radioactive. It breaks down over time.
I just want to point out. Yes, go on.
No, correct me if I'm wrong, but yes, I thought that the atom actually got heavy. The elements actually got heavier and heavier the farther you went down, and it wasn't just adding up the amount.
Yeah. Okay, so I know frequently on the show, I like to use the hydrocarbon things as like a very simple way to like explain some, chemistry and biology, because it's easy for people to wrap their heads around, right? And I'm just curious why they chose the lightest element to compare it to carbon. Isn't carbon like 6? Isn't that like the sixth element?
Carbon, and I'm sure Geostripper would definitely correct me if I'm wrong, but carbon is the atomic number is 6, right? But
okay.
But obviously, carbon-12 contains 6 protons and 6 neutrons. That's why it's called carbon-12. The atomic mass is a factor of it's calculated backwards from carbon.
Yeah,
So
that's what all the units.
Yeah, hydrogen 1, which is protium, is 1/12 atomic mass of carbon. So that is how everything's atomic mass is written. So when they say that 1/100, I'm not sure if the actual ratio is correct.
Well, that also depends on where you're talking, if it's living or...
Of course. Yeah, of course.
That's kind of the point of carbon dating.
Yeah, but when it says it's 13 times heavier, it's 13 times heavier than protium. So it's not entirely incorrect, but I mean, obviously, if you take carbon-12 and you add a neutron, it comes to carbon-13, and it's 13 times heavier, and so on. But the main problem here, yes, fuck me. Like Geostraber just said, that one hydrogen nuke is actually a little heavier than 1/12 of 12C because of the mass defect. Also, what I actually want to point out, because obviously...
Okay, it's never good when Micro just starts randomly fucking laughing.
I read Damon's comment. Mass defect. I think I played that game a few years back.
So
let's just hope that Mass Effect doesn't get EA'd like a motherfucker.
Hold on. Mass Effect Andromeda wasn't a few years ago, and that was definitely the defect.
Dude, that game sucks.
Guys, I just want to finish off with my last comment, where I actually say something I do actually know a lot about, and that is
r/I am very smart.
I am very smart.
r/deep thoughts.
I am 14 and this is deep. Like, guys, my intellect is so high.
It sounds like you're reviewing porn.
Yeah, it sounded more like a r/Rick and Morty fans.
Oh god. Carbon-14.
My intellect is so high.
Carbon-14's half-life is rather short, so there's no fucking way you can use it to date things billions of years old.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Isn't diamonds a bit too old?
That was literally the only thing I wanted to say.
On carbon, it's like 600 years?
5,000.
Like, it's under 1,000, right, of how far back it can date.
Dating, I think it's dating. It depends on what animal you have, because obviously you can only use carbon dating to really date things that were once alive. But it depends on there's a few factors that can throw it off, because you have things like the reservoir effect in living in marine animals.
Oh yeah,
and fresh water for that matter. Long story. Who wants to read?
I'll read, just for the sake of moving this along. All right, so radiocarbon dating. Some try to measure age by how much carbon-14 has decayed. Many people think that the radiocarbon dating proves billions of years, but evolutionists... Oh god, there's that word.
Billions
already.
Of years?
Through
carbon-14.
They're actually going to correct a common misconception that other creationists have.
Yeah, because I mean, we can only use it to like date the Earth, so and not even that, because there's a lot of factors that go into that. It's not just one
Yeah,
thing.
you have to have something.
That's what I'm trying to say.
You have to have a let's say a living thing that has to accumulate carbon-14 for it to have any sort of significant.
Yeah, because it's a result of photosynthesis.
Yeah.
Well, regardless, this is pinholing something that's actually kind of broad. There isn't just one method to use for dating anything. You can't just look at something. I mean, unless it's like, hey, how old are you, kid? But
yeah, but
even that,
evolutionists.
You shouldn't be going around asking random kids how old they are.
Are you 18 yet?
All right. Hey, kid, are you of age? All right, so its half-life is only 5,730 years. That is, every 5,730 years, half of it decays away. After 2 half-lives, a quarter is left. Oh my god.
Thanks. We didn't know how math works.
Yeah. So, okay, so it's left after 3 half-lives.
No, please tell us after what happens after 3 half-lives.
In fact, oh wait, no, I didn't finish it. Okay, so less than 1,000. Okay, after 10 half-lives, less than 1,000th is left. In fact, a lump of carbon-14 as massive as the Earth would have all decayed in less than 1 million years.
No, it wouldn't.
Hey man, according to them,
life works.
Well, it depends. I mean, if the Earth is flat, there's way less of it.
Well, you don't know how thick the Earth is. The Earth
Exactly.
has the same mass and still be flat.
And we're talking thick with 2 C's.
Exactly.
Because that bitch is
thick.
All right, so if samples were really over 1 million years old, there would be no radiocarbon left. That is not what we find, even with very sensitive carbon-14 detectors.
So they don't understand how half-life works.
Real quick. All right, so they have citation numbers. Notice how you see the 4 right there at the end of that, and then the 3 at the end of the other. What is that? What are those in reference to? Are they linking themselves to themselves, or is that to something at the bottom of the page, or what?
They have.
Okay, there it is. Never mind.
They
Yeah.
have some technical stuff. But then,
it's their objection.
I'm correct in assuming this.
But do they believe that there's no way that carbon-14 is made?
Yeah, I think
they don't understand how other atoms also decay, or what exactly?
But isn't Dan? Am I correct in assuming that you can produce carbon-14?
It's just isn't it just
ways?
nitrogen plus neutron, and then you get carbon-14 plus a
it's due to beta decay. But I don't think I've actually ever read of carbon-14 being contained in diamonds. Now it's just did they actually say something like that?
Let's see. I mean,
let's just read the next part and see.
Yes.
Because I don't think I've actually.
I mean, I would assume in diamonds it's completely depleted.
Yeah, that's what I would think as well. If there ever was even carbon-14 in there, like I said, we geologists, it's more paleontologists that would be concerned. That would be really concerned with carbon-14. I mean, but in general, geologists are more interested in age dating past 1 million years. Like age dating prior to the tertiary period. So you want things that have a very long decay rate, like in the order of billions or something like that. I mean, it's the only thing that makes sense. Another thing is, geologists don't just rely on one radiometric method of dating.
Well, neither do paleontologists.
Of course, yeah. Well, I mean,
Not that I think you were
paleontologists.
saying that. Just want to point that out.
Then again, when I say geologists, paleontologists are also incorporated in that.
Yeah,
Because
kind
in all
of.
fairness, paleontology is a subset of geology.
Well, and biology at the same time. It's an overlap.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it is an overlap. But yeah, I'm going to read this.
All right.
Diamond is the hardest substance known. Actually, it's not.
Yeah, it's not.
It's not. There's a it's not a molecule. It is a crystalline structure of carbon and what's it fucking called? It's supposedly it's it has on the scale of the Mohs hardness scale it is 11.
So in other words, you could scratch diamonds.
Yeah, supposedly. I can't remember. It's like sort of it's also a type of carbon, but the structure is a closed structure, so it doesn't form crystals like a diamond would. You know, it's sort of like, imagine if you think a buckyball. It's sort of sort of the same sort of allotrope. That's if I remember correctly.
Geo says I think there is a boron nitride that is harder than diamond.
That does sound very familiar. But then again, it's not really useful in geology. That would be more useful as an abrasive in industry, which I do not know a lot about. But yeah, so let's just scratch that. Let's give it to them. Let's assume diamond is the hardest natural substance.
Well, it is one of the hardest naturally found things, so it's not.
Yeah. So it's.
Can I just point out that you basically just made a pun, sort of, and nobody called you out on it?
Wait, I did?
He did?
No, Dan did, because we're talking about can you scratch diamond, and then he said, scratch that, in reference to scrap that idea.
I didn't notice that even. Okay.
Notice how I didn't laugh?
Okay, so its interior should be very resistant to contamination. No, that is incorrect. Diamond is
the hardness that doesn't even make sense. The hard, like you can make, okay, I know diamonds aren't made that way, but theoretically you could have something that's really, really hard but has big holes in it. That's like, and by big holes I mean that they have like not on a molecular level. You can have hard things that are still, you can still get things through.
Man, this show just gets kinkier and kinkier every time I show up.
So when you have any crystalline structure that let's say if you have any substance that's crystallizes out, it's always possible for trace elements to get stuck in the crystalline structure, like some
body once. Sorry.
Nice.
That was good.
Some elements can replace certain elements in crystalline structures. For instance, in pyrite, you have sulfur. Now the sulfur.
Well, I think what they mean by contamination is afterwards.
I suppose.
Because they're talking about they're trying to say that the carbon-14 in them can have come from some other place. What they forget is that it takes a while to make a diamond.
Also, no matter how fucking strong the interior is, if an atom wants to decay, it's gonna fucking decay, no matter if it's graphite or diamond. Yeah. Okay. Lond. I've actually never heard of that term before. But yeah, it's also a different algebra for carbon. It has a mode hardness of approximately 7 to 8, so it's around as hard as
which term?
Lonsdalite.
Oh, someone in the chat mentioned that, or
yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm just you out of nowhere. You started talking about something.
Also, they show a blue diamond. Blue diamond is exactly that. It's contaminated.
Yeah. They only do it because it's the famous Hope diamond.
So
it's cursed.
Diamonds require very high pressures to form, which is true. Pressure found naturally on Earth only deep below the surface, and only under cratons, where it's sufficiently high pressure but not as warm. Because if you have volcanically, or no, let's not say volcanic, let's say tectonically. If you have a tectonically active plate, they usually are too warm at that depth, and the carbon is pretty much, burnt off. I have to admit, I'm really loving the comment section. Geostranger is so desperate. Geostranger and someone else, they're so desperate trying to keep the scientific and proper, and then people are just shitting on it. I kind of like it. It's so cool.
Please, can I read the next part?
Sure, read the next part.
Thus, they probably formed at a depth of 100 to 200 kilometers. Geologists believe that the ones we find must have been transported supersonically to the surface in extremely violent eruptions through volcanic pipes. Some are found in these pipes, such as kimberlites, while other diamonds were liberated by water erosion and deposited elsewhere, called alluvial. Is that pronounced correctly? Diamonds?
Sounds about right.
Yes.
The only problem
according to evolutionists, the diamonds formed about 1 to 3 billion years ago.
Actually, diamonds are transported to the surface through kimberlite eruptions. So yeah, that's correct. The thing is, though, after a kimberlite eruption, diamonds are, if the kimberlite pipe actually contained diamonds, it's pooped out and it's in the surrounding area, and this could be buried, formed in a host rock, and then eroded later away. So basically, the origin is still the same. It's just the one is on the surface, you can pick them up, and the ones are stuck in rock that is eroded over some time.
Yeah, but the part I laughed at, and I know that diamonds are transported in via volcanic activity, but it's the fact that they had to point out that it's supersonically. They had to point out that it happens really, really fast.
Mm-hmm.
Because if it's slow, they're so afraid of any geological process going slow, because then it can't happen in their worldview.
And I love how they phrase the end of that sentence: in extremely violent eruptions through volcanic pipes. They could have just said a volcanic eruption.
Yeah.
No, it's only the extremely violent, like the mild volcanic eruptions.
What Micro's saying is true. They really are trying to make it sound so quick. I mean,
sure, volcanic eruptions are quick once they happen, but they're sort of emphasizing it a bit too much.
Well, and to go
volcanic
with what was
eruptions
saying.
are super slow. Imagine that. Imagine you can stand in front of a volcanic eruption for 10 years while it's exploding. Well, then again, it wouldn't be exploding now, would it?
And to go with what what Smelly was saying about the violent erosion, is a lot of what the site is about is catastrophism, whatever the fuck it's called, where all the geological formations are quick and violent, so they have to. They're definitely pushing their own
It's a very
flood created the Grand Canyon bullshit.
Yeah, it's a very.
Come on, the flood didn't create the
version.
Grand Canyon.
I know, right?
It's a very skewed version of catastrophism. I mean, there is some arguments behind catastrophism in geology itself.
Well, yeah, some things did happen because of disasters.
Yeah,
catastrophes.
Stratigraphy in general is it's difficult to make stratigraphy a science. It's extremely difficult to make it a science because of the lack of information you have, So there are many geologists that advocate certain parts of stratigraphy, how things happen, that some even have been proved to be incorrect, yet they still promote it. And that's why when someone says geology is not a science, I agree with them, because it's not. You get little facets of geology.
I think that's unfair.
Yeah, because geology is such a huge field, you get your physics, geochemistry, and all these sort of things, and most of it is obviously extremely exact sciences, but then you get things like certain aspects of stratigraphy that's nearly
more
on par of,
guesswork.
yeah, it's merely on not even guess, it's more on par of psychology than anything else.
Well, psychology is based on actual science.
Yeah, the psychologist-ish person in the room is taking offense to that one.
It's just that the field is so complicated that the decay of facts is about 5 years. So it's easy to make that it ends up seeming very.
And a lot of it is also so. It's not. It's a lot of it sounds like woo, and so it gets taken over by woo-tards because it sounds. If you take a quick glance at psychology, it sounds kind of wooish.
Also, what they teach
the
psychologists is not necessarily the top research thing. It's just the useful thing.
Yeah, and
I remember talking to a friend of mine who's a psychologist, and we're talking about stuff like autism, and I realized I knew more about the research part, just because it was useless to them. They just learn about the, how to deal with the people, help them, not.
Yeah, they don't necessarily need to understand everything that goes on in the brain and such.
Let me just say what I wanted to say. The more you just described that rhetoric, it does actually that's pretty much exactly how stratigraphy is.
Yeah.
It really is like that.
I think you could do that with a lot of sciences. Like I was doing a little bit of research on like space-time physics stuff today for a video, and a lot of it because it's so abstract, it sounds kind of wooish, and especially if you don't understand the math behind it and exactly what the research looks like it sounds like crazy woo-tardness.
It really does. There's a Richard Feynman lecture from his series at Caltech. There's a portion of it about atoms, like atomic structure and the size of atoms and all that. And there's about 30 times you could take him out of context.
Oh, yeah.
And like back up a woo argument. And I was actually going to do a video. Actually, I may still. I found a lot of those like easily out of context moments. Like
this reminds me, Smelly. Remember, Rhetoric just said something. Do you remember that video I showed you the other day?
Which one? I get so many videos from so many people.
The one. The one with the.
Oh yeah, with the dog, the guy that calls himself Doc. Well, what's his name? Doc.
Shush. Let's just keep that between me and you.
Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah, I do remember.
Let's publicly talk about this thing, but not so detailed that the public actually knows what we're talking about.
Exactly.
What is this? Are we trying to have a Freemason meeting here? What the fuck?
We'll do the secret handshake after the show goes off the air.
Unless we're trying.
Do a handshake.
Unless we're gonna
don't ask questions, Micro.
Into one of those blood sports shit.
Wait. Oh fuck. Okay, so how did we get here? Like, what led us to this point? Because
Dan was bashing on psychology.
Excuse me. I was bashing on psychology. Well, I say geology is not real science.
Yeah.
Well,
and then for some reason,
my wife did that. My wife started bashing psychology. Because tangents are important. We were at a dinner and somebody had mentioned how their son or daughter had gotten like a psychology major. It's like, oh, so they just like slept through college and got a psychology major. And I just looked at her. It's like, I work in the field of psychology, sweetie. My feelings are just like.
Well, fuck you too.
Yeah. What did you say? I know you bashed psychology at some point. We had this conversation.
What field does she work in, if you're allowed to say?
Welcome to the home life of Rhetoric&Discourse.
Yes. And then
she works in the field of dashing. She works in the field of crushing Rhetoric's ego.
Yeah. Someone's got to do it.
Oh.
I do that every longer and harder.
It's true.
Oh shit. Okay, so
Anyways, dating diamonds. I wouldn't recommend
Yes.
it though.
They're pretty boring.
Well-
Don't answer.
yeah, and I heard that their dads shoot on site. You know, it's one of those.
And they hurt to have sex with.
Ow.
Okay, well, let's say.
Who's gonna be that?
Oh my god! You know what?
What?
Now I know I've heard this name that's about
Yes.
to be said.
And you have heard it probably because Dan has done videos on
Yes,
this.
which is
video.
why I was about to say I think Dan needs to read this portion,
Yes.
regardless
Okay.
of if he read recently.
Yes.
Okay. Geophysicists. Geophysicists.
I know it's hard to get through, but you gotta finish it.
Okay.
I know you keep wanting to laugh.
Geophysicist Dr. John Baumgartner, who has a PhD in space science, and a real PhD. It's not one of those. It's not one of those Kent-Hovind deals.
Yeah, but it's funny the way that you put it.
Yeah.
Like you were like, he has a PhD, like it sounded sarcastic.
part of the RAID research group. Okay, let's be serious. Investigate carbon-14 in number of diamonds. There should be no carbon-14 at all if they really were over 1 billion years old. Okay, sure. That's assuming that that no carbon was incorporated into the lattice afterwards. Yet the radiocarbon lab reported that we're over 10 times the detection limit. Now, what does detection limit mean? Does it mean like the equipment they used could not detect how much, so they just assume there's 10 times as much?
I'm assuming what they mean is that that's a really weird way of phrasing it.
I know,
I'm
right?
assuming
Sounds
what they
like
mean
there's
is
a
that they
limit
have
where
a-
it's so tiny it's
Yeah, I'm
impossible
assuming
to
that
detect it, and it's just like 10 times that.
Yeah, but that's a
Doesn't
really
sound like a
weird
lot, but
putting it instead of putting it in an actual measurement. That means nothing if we don't know the detection limit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just like how they say in a number of diamonds. You know, just a number of it.
Oh yeah,
Well, yeah.
specified number.
The lack of specificity. Yeah, is just like
They
And
had
then
Because that could be
they
any
found
number. That
some
could be one,
unspecified
it could be
amount
two.
of carbon-14.
yeah. They had the
Well, if they
radiocarbon
got any
age
more
of far
specific,
less
we
than
would
a
be able to
million
check
years.
Yeah.
Dr. Baumgartner repeated this with 6 more alluvial dams in Namibia, and these had even more radiocarbon. Okay, now it's even more than 10 times.
Okay, so I love how they actually threw a number in there, though. That was nice.
Yeah. Now, the thing is,
Because we don't know his starting number, but whatever his starting number was, they added
You
6
can't-
to it.
you can't just go. If let's say there's some biological thing that happens in humans, I can't just take that same biological thing and apply it to a fucking rock, because it makes no sense. It's pretty much what they're doing here. They're saying, okay, so scientists believe that through carbon-14 dating, you can find age of trees around like 10,000 or maybe 40,000 years old if you're lucky.
Mm-hmm.
That's great. Now they're just assuming that, well, I mean, if there's carbon-14 in there and they can prove an age, then obviously this means that radiocarbon age could be applied in diamonds as well. Another thing that looks odd is it doesn't look like they're actually trying to figure out a ratio between carbon-12 and carbon-14.
No,
It
they're
looks like
they're just saying, oh, we found some.
Yeah,
Take
And-
that, evolutionists.
it is the person, I forgot the name now, but initially when trying to date the Earth using zircon crystals, it turned out to be next to impossible initially because of all the lead contamination in the atmosphere and on the crystals themselves. They had to literally create clean room with no lead whatsoever to actually get an accurate measurement.
Oh wow.
There's actually a part of that on the new Cosmos that I've seen from the one with Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Oh yeah, I think that actually brings a bell now that you bring it up.
That was a really interesting episode, and I learned a lot from that. And it's true. It's the first thing we learned. Look, in a BSc degree, you don't even touch radio dating. You literally just get the idea what it does, and that's it. Because guess what? The actual dating stuff is left for actual scientists like geophysicists, physicists,
It's super
and
complicated.
geochemists. It is complicated, and a bunch of rock-hitting hippies are not particularly concerned with how the dating method is created, but they're still trusted because the people who actually devise these methods take everything into account.
Well, yeah, you don't
When you
have to
get
be an
when you
expert
get
in every field.
yeah, when you get a crystal, you have to at least be able to you have to analyze and see has it undergone any sort of metamorphosis or any sort of change after it initially crystallized. These are all the sort of things you have to take into account. So when you find a granite with really nice zircon crystals, it's safe to assume that the zircon crystals were crystallized out in the during the formation of this granite. It's safe to assume. Obviously, if you take a thin sample, you will actually see under a microscope if it was the case. But if you have some sort of metamorphic material with zircons in it, then you know, okay, zircons were formed, incorporated into a material, eroded away from that material, incorporated into another sedimentary rock, which was metamorphosed to give you this. The thing is, those zircons are not going to give you the age of that metamorphic rock. It's going to give you the age of the zircons, the initial source material. Because zircons are they're pretty strong. They're pretty strong crystals. They the uranium that's incorporated in the lattice is it. What can I say? The crystal is stable. You know, it's not really easy for the decayed particles to actually escape the lattice. That's why it's so useful for dating. But if you have a rock that has a decay ratio, but it's very easy for either of the elements, the initial source, radioactive source material, and the decayed particle, or because everything works in a chain. Like it's not just the uranium doesn't just decay into lead. There's a chain, and Geo would be able to tell you way more about that than I can. These are all found in a ratio in the mineral, and we know that if the mineral is altered either chemically or physically through some method, these ratios would be skewed and we wouldn't use it for dating. Because there's this level of uncertainty, creationists jump on that and shit on everything we do. I shouldn't say we. It's not we. The geochronologists.
Well, we as in people who aren't idiots.
Yeah, I guess you can say that.
That's fair enough.
A broader we. So, do we want to read their objections and well, they propose some. They take some objections to this that people have proposed to this, and I have to try and answer it, or do we want to try and one of the others?
I don't know. I don't think we should just dwell on this too long because it might get super boring for the audience.
This seems to be basically just I read through it while you were talking, and it seems that it's just oh yeah, sure, this happens, but it can't explain it, which is a kind of like they don't show that it can't explain. They just say it. They're just like, oh yeah, sure, that happens, but it doesn't happen enough, so it can't explain it.
I think we got the flavor of that. Let's go to another one.
Yeah. Okay. So, what do we want to do?
Let's bring a bit of organic stuff into it as well. Could be interesting. I don't know.
Pick.
I mean, this would have some. organic stuff in it, since it's chalk.
Yeah, I mean, can geology explain giant thick chalk beds? Yeah, it can.
Well, flood geology.
No, it won't.
Actual geology and actual biology and paleontology can, not this shit.
Geology.
Then there's this, and we also have this with this hilarious chart.
Let's just watch these beautiful ones.
The chart is
But actually, we had a lot of fun.
Creationists love charts. They love charts.
We had some fun looking at. No, I actually don't think it was this one. It was the other one.
It was the previous one, yeah.
I think it was this one.
No, it was this one.
With the one of the geologic global energy curve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if they actually explain what the fuck that is. Let's actually try and look. Well, that
a lot of energy being used
globally
during the creation.
encompassing geologic energy expenditure. What? Dan, is geologic energy expenditure a thing?
No, it's not. If you really want to look, if you think of the Earth cooling down, then maybe you can say that, because plate tectonics is driven by convection and the Earth actually cooling down. So maybe you can argue that, but
they don't actually seem to define what it is.
Geologic energy is a stretch. Obviously, the curve there is also completely fucking bonkers, because you'd expect the initial energy, let's say radiation of the Earth, would be immense in its early stage, when it's still like the Hadean era, basically, where it's still like just one hot ball of magma and shit and stuff, and slowly it cools down, forming a crust, and then plate tectonics start, and that cools it down eventually until it's too cold for plate tectonics to continue, and it becomes a solid lid, and then it cools down even further until eventually the core stops convecting, and then eventually the magnetic field dies and all life on Earth is sterilized.
This is the most beautiful sentence ever created.
Today, radioactivity is supplanting biological evolution.
In what way?
That literally doesn't make any sense.
What does that even mean?
Someone
I have no idea.
Someone doesn't know what the word supplant means.
Oh my god, guys, let's just use this fancy word. I'm sure it'll make so much more sense.
What they're actually saying
Do you mean
is
like
that...
support or something like that?
Well, no, they would never write support. That radiometric dating supports.
I think they meant to say disprove.
Yep. Yeah, because
they don't know how to actually language. So
yeah, because supplant would implies that it's replacing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's a better explanation for the life on Earth at the moment.
Because we all know that evolution is a field of geology.
Because, you know, your parents decayed and you happened.
Yeah. I find that in all my biology classes, we end up learning a lot about rocks.
Makes sense to me. Sounds perfectly legit.
Okay, let's...
And my geology class, we learn about the life of a cell. Yeah. Oh shit. Okay, let's move forward.
This chart is kind of hilarious. Not just because it has the weird global geologic. It's not. I keep want to call it a global geological, but it's a global geologic energy curve, and biblical geologic timescale.
What I don't understand is why they put them side by side if by their logic all of these life forms appeared at creation or something.
And I love how they added like art to the standard quote unquote.
Like they try to put them side by side, like, oh look, it's exactly the same.
Yeah.
Only none of it is corresponding at all.
Well, to be fair, they didn't even manage to actually line up the mass extinction events, probably.
Yeah.
So,
well, to them, everybody lived like at the same time. You know, we lived at the same time as dinosaurs.
I'm not
so
exactly sure what the upper, middle, lower is supposed to be.
Yeah.
I think they just heard that that's terms that geologists use to.
So they want like, let's just put
divide up different time periods. So let's do that too. I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
Also, it's weird that they don't actually have. They have the full time frame for the geological one, but they don't have the full one for the standard one.
Also, do you remember when in the Bible they talked about an ice age?
No, I don't, and it must have been rather short. Like,
yeah, because didn't people live through? Wouldn't people have had to have lived through the Ice Age?
I mean,
all of them.
But also it like.
No. What I mean is like as we currently are, because I mean, presumably Moses somehow was able to make
in the last
children.
5,000 years. There have been several ice ages that people have lived.
Yeah,
through.
well, I
We have
guess
evidence of
Micro.
several.
But
I guess Micro said it better whenever he said it was short.
Yeah, because they only have 6,000 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah, exactly. That's kind of what I was saying.
Been like like.
It was just a really
500
cold
years.
winter.
It was 500 years.
Like
it was like Game of Thrones. It was 500 years of winter, and then
something like that. Okay, I think
that's why the ice ball was made, and that's why the Earth is flat in Antarctica.
And that's why Daenerys Targaryen lost one of her dragons. So I mean,
yeah. Hashtag flat Earth.
I think
I'm trying real hard to smash Game of Thrones into this. If you can't tell.
Also, in the comments, they're starting to describe the living things there. Yeah, it's kind of weird that they put the tiny horsey next to the mammoth, but we had a bit more trouble with some of them. Like, what's the blue thing in the middle? It looks like the bottom end of a shovel that's just lost there.
It looks like a stingray
that has a boner.
Got hit a bunch of times.
I just love the croissant and
that's the best croissant ever.
And the purple poop. The fortune cookie.
Okay, so I think I figured out why the mass extinction events don't line up with the actual times that they're supposed to take place. Because
I just realized something. Can we just all appreciate the word they gave to pre-flood world?
Yeah, antediluvian.
They're fucking reaching.
What do you mean?
Like, oh my god, the standard geological, the geologists they have such beautiful names, such awesome names for the beds.
Okay, I don't want to be mean, but I knew that word already.
Yeah.
You know something that they're doing here that I find kind of hilarious is that they can't stick like all the modern creatures, like they should be right, like one bar of modern creatures in their time scale, but they're they're keeping them separated and not showing them, because the moment that they do that, they're going to show the different layers and how we should find them all mixed up in each other.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like earlier, I said it was kind of funny how they added the pictures on the standard geologic timescale, but no pictures on the right side, because they would have to do it like all at the same time. Yeah.
Yeah, I would need to put all of them and.
Hence why I said people lived with dinosaurs and shit.
Yeah. I still have that shirt where like it's Jesus on a dinosaur.
Yeah, that's
people. To be fair, people are living with dinosaurs, so.
Okay. Yeah. 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 I mean, like, mind blown, bro. I just had to wolf a mind burrito.
Tips Fedora.
Like, dude, what if people are still living with dinosaurs, man? No, but I think I figured out.
People live with dinosaurs.
Extensive vaping.
I think I figured out why the mass extinctions don't line up with the actual times over here, because if you look at it, they have 4.4. I think that's supposed to be billions of years. There's something wrong here.
There's something wrong on a creationist website?
Sorry. No, it's a...
Imagine my shock.
I know.
In Danish, we use the comma as the decimal point. So for a moment there in my head, that was 4.55 million years, not 4,500 million years.
How dare you? How dare you have a different way of doing something in your own country?
I'm assuming that's why it doesn't line up, because there's a lot of time before this. They only have the 3 major eras. They don't even have the beginning of life. They start out with the Cambrian explosion, basically. But I mean, like, the largest one here should be the Permian and Triassic mass extinction. So it should be down here, and this one should be a bit further down here, because that's the well, it's not the KT event anymore, is it? What's it called now, Dan?
Yeah,
I thought it was renamed because
it usually was referred to as the KT, or creationist tertiary boundary. It's the
KPG or something like that.
Yeah,
they're coming for your kids.
Yeah, it's because it's now called the Cretaceous Paleogene boundary.
Yeah. Anyways, let's admire this beautiful deformed. I'm guessing some kind of Tyrannosaurid.
Yeah, he looks so potato.
That's how.
Inshallah.
Yeah, I mean, that's how bipedal dinosaurs were displayed, like 50,
a long time ago,
100 years ago or something like that. So even their paleontology is stuck in the past.
Surprised there's no mention of Carl Baugh in here, who believes some dinosaurs are still alive today.
Carl Baugh,
hilarious.
He's probably too crazy even for them.
He is too crazy even for them.
I really want to know.
I was doing the wrong noise. It was the guy that introduces him that sounds like that.
I really want to know what these weird things are. What they're supposed to... I'm assuming there's some kind of sea sponge or something like that.
No, I'm sticking with the...
It pairs good with the white wine.
I love that they've given the little man a mobile phone.
In a suit. Or most of a suit.
Looks like some... Wait a minute. Have you noticed? What's this thing down here? Down at the bottom.
I thought it was some shit on my screen.
No, they have obviously taken this from somewhere else, and there was something down here, and they were really shit at cropping it.
Is this a Shutterstock photo with like a watermark on it?
There's something.
Well, that's definitely a watermark.
That's clearly supposed to be something like further down here.
Yeah, but it has a shadow like everything else.
No, yeah, but they added the shadows. Did they? I think they did. Yeah, because the shadows aren't even proper shadows. Because if you notice the places where it's light on the picture,
yeah, it doesn't line up with the feet.
Oh, they're just drop shadows. Yeah.
But then they're not even drop shadows. They haven't even done that. They have literally taken the picture and then created a layer under it.
Oh shit! Yeah, because look, that's part of the damn whatever the hell that is. What would you say, like a female lion or whatever it is? That's the bottom of the foot. Look, the foot is cut.
That's hilarious.
Micro spotted a flaw. That's nice.
Even about pictures with pedantic assholes.
Okay, can someone tell me what the deadly asparagus is?
The deadliest what?
Look at that green thing. It looks like a fork asparagus, or I don't know.
Oh, that thing. I think it's supposed to be some kind of.
I forgot the name of those plants.
Well, no, I don't think it's a plant. I think it's.
Wait, what are we talking about?
Yeah, it's an underwater thing.
Oh, is it that thing that like basically?
It's
related thing that burgeons out of it and just it makes a tiny.
Oh yeah, that must be like a cephalopod in its polyp form.
Well, cephalopods don't have polyp forms.
That's
whatever, dude. What is it? Squids?
It's Cnidaria.
Yeah, excuse me, Cnidaria. My bad. Hey man, I can mess up because this isn't scripted.
Know your goddamn biology.
Hey man, look, this oceanography, man. I just me and it just doesn't.
Wait, oceanography is
not oceanography. Shut up, dude. Okay, I meant biology. The life in the sea. Me and it don't get along. Dude. Like I just. I can remember all the other shit, but just that is just not. That's I'm gonna have to.
The very first course I had on my bachelor in biology was basically a giant giant course where you went through all the different families, well not families, all the different major kingdoms and had something about them. I got up at my exam.
All the many different kingdoms, eh?
Okay. If you want to, okay, we went through animals, we went through plants, we went through algae, and we went through fungi.
Okay.
I know there's other kingdoms as well, but that's the one we went through.
There's more.
The point is that I actually ended up at my exam. I had to talk about the life cycle of jellyfish, and I got an A.
God.
So I am apparently really good at jellyfish. I've never had to use it since, but I haven't.
See, I have to take. I already took Bio 1 and the fucking little secondary class I had to take, but I have to take Bio 2, which is going to be easy for me, and then I have to do a special class on life in the ocean, and I'm not looking forward to it at all. Because I know sharks are sharks, and that stingrays can actually kill people. Like I don't really know a lot about things in the water. I'm afraid of water.
I don't blame you.
The ocean, just the ocean. I'm not fucking afraid of water. I guess I should have said that better.
Today we learned that that Smelly is in fact a lipid.
Of the water.
Smelly is in fact a lipid.
I'm a lipid. I'm hydrophobic.
Yeah.
Aww.
Oh
He's
shit.
just saying he's fat.
I regret making that joke.
Aw. No, it's fine. I can live with it. Okay, so
that is a fucking amazing. Okay, we have to read this because that is a fucking amazing headline.
Hey, but I actually I need to skedaddle. I gotta get.
Oh yeah, Smelly needs to drive his girlfriend somewhere. She's apparently more important than you, audience. Yeah. Shame him. Shame him.
Dude, what the fuck? This is some grade A. This is assault. No, I'm just kidding. You assaulted my safe space, you ass. No, I'm just fucking.
You feel microaggressed?
Wait, what?
Dude, oh my god, you microaggression.
Hold on. When was this ever a fucking safe space for anyone?
It's not a safe space.
Exactly.
And I really don't I really don't care. So it's fine with me. But no, seriously though, I need to. It's either me or she walks.
Okay. Yella in the chat was even harder than me. Dude, I get it if your right hand needs to be somewhere it needs to go.
Oh my god.
That's fucking savage.
10 out of 10. Oh, I love that. That gets 5 golden socks, bro.
It gets a gentleman clap for me, which is also known as a snap.
Yeah, I knew what you were doing. I was gonna give him a golf clap, but that takes effort.
Could do jazz hands just so that we're not like ableistic here.
But you can't hear jazz hands.
Oh
That's
my god!
true.
Give us a little
jazz
scat.
hands are ableistic. They
Give us a
require
scat.
vision.
Scabbity bop 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 bee. But anyway,
Anyways,
gents, I gotta get out of here.
Rhetoric, would you care to read the thing I've highlighted?
Well, bye to you too.
Yeah,
You
fuck
already
you.
said
Billy, get the
goodbye.
fuck out of here.
Yeah.
We don't...
All right, later, guys.
All right, bye.
Bye.
All right. In their groundbreaking work, Whitcomb and Morris understood the Earth's biblical geologic history should not be defined from the naturalistic-based standard geological times. God, that is a hard sentence to read.
That's a stupid sentence.
It is a stupid sentence. Unfortunately, neither they nor any other young Earth creationists at the time proposed a formal geological framework in which to define the rock record, because you didn't have one. Maybe if you did. This has resulted in a largely disorganized effort in reconstructing Earth history based on the biblical account. As an organized scientific... I'm sorry. I couldn't read that with a straight face.
So basically what he's saying is we were wrong all along. We started from the facts and created the theory from that, whereas we had a book.
Yeah.
So we have this book.
And there's a story in the book. Let's look for the facts that actually confirm it.
Yep. Yep. That's pretty much it.
Also, the groundbreaking work, I've just looked and it's like from 1961.
I see what they did there.
I don't think they actually did that.
Oh, creationists.
I don't think they're clever enough to make that pun.
Hold on.
Oh. Yeah, I actually... I do love their excuse here for why, like...
Okay, wait, no, we have to have this sentence. As an organized scientific pursuit, the development of Diluvian, I'm assuming that means after the flood, geology has advanced very little over the course of several decades, unlike real geology, which has.
It's kind of ridiculous that
they're literally admitting, yeah, we found nothing.
It's crazy. It's crazy that this was done in the 60s, right? This was done in the 60s. That means this is around the same time geologists finally finally formalized the theory of plate tectonics. Yeah. So
and
I mean,
remember, this thing we just read is under the header: the need for biblical geologic framework. And they basically said, yeah, we didn't learn. And they basically ended by saying, yeah, we didn't learn. We haven't really learned a whole lot from it.
No, but remember, what's even more interesting is that that's the thing they put on the side, like the big thing they highlighted.
I didn't even know.
We got nothing.
actually,
That's
no.
fucking beautiful.
What they're saying is that actual geology hasn't succeeded in doing much in the last several decades.
No, it says the development of Diluvian. Yeah, Diluvian
It
is...
just means flood geology.
Yeah, that's flood geology. Because remember, the period was called, before the flood was called the antediluvian.
Yeah, just call it anti-flood age, or because don't use your stupid made up
Now I feel
creationist nonsense.
Now I feel very dumb. Okay, this makes it very much more funny.
But that's an actual word that exists, you dumb people.
Well, yeah, but
fuck them. Fuck them
Yeah,
all.
well, I mean,
I don't really want to. Most of them are old men.
That's true.
And then there is some, what I think is actual geology,
yeah,
possibly,
that is
of the Grand Canyon.
That does look quite accurate.
What? Let's see what this says. Figure 3. Ooh, figure 3. Ooh, look at them being all textbook-like.
Mm-hmm.
Austin. Oh, for a moment there, I thought that he was named Austin, and there was a person named Austin, and then his nickname was remodeled. So, and then there would be a last name after it.
Oh.
like he was like named Austin Remodeled Jones.
What the fuck, dude?
Austin remodeled the stratigraphic section from the base of the Grand Canyon to the top of the adjacent Colorado Plateau by simply time corresponding the naturalistic standard geologic time scale. This approach links these strata to a modified form of naturalistic philosophy. That doesn't really explain what is in the picture.
No, just open a picture and I can explain what's going on.
No, but I just want to point out that usually a figure text is supposed to explain what's in the figure. That's the point of them.
That would make too much sense.
Oh yeah.
So what you're seeing in the top is obviously an accurate representation of the structure. You see, you have long swaths of perfectly straight layers, and at the end there's some bulging up and some faulting, and there's a weird little squiggly little bulging thing underneath all that.
You mean this thing?
Yeah, that don't follow anything. That would be an igneous intrusion. Mm-hmm. Usually when it's written like that, it should be like diorite or something like that.
So that's, if I remember correctly, that's like you have some kind of like volcanic activity that pushes a big column of rock up.
Yeah, column, a huge.
Well, okay, not necessarily column, but like
just some general volcanic intrusion.
So some kind of shape of rock that's pushed, that's created by a volcanic activity.
So that could be the result of. Oh, excuse me.
Yeah, we should point out that Dan has been doing actual science stuff and is very tired.
That's a bit of a stretch if you call it actual science.
Compared to this, masturbating is actual science. So
fair enough. I'll take that. No, so that the actual igneous intrusion could be the cause for the bulging, or the bulging could be a result of some faulting event. I actually don't think.
I'm just going to remember that the Grand Canyon is just the Earth's stretch marks.
I don't exactly think you could call it that. There are better places which would be known as Earth stretch marks. But regardless of what that really is, I mean, obviously, I've never really studied the Grand Canyon's geology in depth. But one thing I do know for certain is how runoff plains look like. And runoff events usually have a homogeneous structure. But that's grading. That simply means that you have a runoff, the material being deposited is uniform, and as the water from a runoff slows down, it loses its ability to carry really big rocks. So these just get settled out of the suspension.
Yeah,
and so on.
Think of a beach, basically, where you have the big rocks close to the water, and then it gets finer as you get further in.
Exactly that. And if you have a massive, and I'm talking about like flood,
the mother of all floods.
You'll have one event. one event, you'll have everything just going out. Successive events create successive layers. And if you look closely, you'll see that it's not just one material, it's different materials, which is like usually the ones that look like bricks are usually supposed to be limestone. The ones that look like little spots are usually, this is just a convention, so it might not actually be.
Okay, there is an actual convention. I was about to ask that. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a convention. Things that like spot the actual structure sort of resembles the actual material.
what it looks like in real life. Okay.
Sort of, kind of, not
Okay.
entirely. The squiggly lines that you see there usually refers to it's uncertainty usually.
Oh, I thought it was a doctor's handwriting.
No, it usually refers to.
Yes, I was waiting for that.
So you have straight layers are usually like slates. Things that look like brick are usually limestones. Speckled slabs are usually sandstones. Pluses are usually granite. Triangles are usually volcanic material, like volcanic fallout, that sort of thing. That would be a sort of convention. I mean, it's a convention. You don't need to follow a convention. You can do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah, it's just nice to have them so that.
What's that layer that's written in cuneiform?
like I said, that could be uncertainty. Although, no, it's not. It's not uncertainty. It's a schist. Go down quickly. There it says it's a viscous schist. You guys wondering, it's so close. It's a schist.
That's a good word.
Yeah, schist. That.
Sounds like a swear. Oh, schist. What a bunch of schist.
I'm kind of curious. Why is there a schist there? Schists are usually like highly metamorphosed material. So you'd expect that from like a collision event or something. If I had time, I'll actually look into it.
I'm actually surprised you haven't had to deal with the actual geology of the Grand Canyon in any of your videos, given how often creationists bring it up.
You know what? It's almost never necessary because none of them actually go into any
That's
detail.
true.
You know, they only scratch the surface, so you only have to scratch the surface to cancel it out. Then again, it's quite easy to disprove something with a counterexample. But the main thing that you really need to take away from this is if you look at that last little thing where your cursor is at now, you see there's an erosional event. I mean, you see multiple deposition events.
This thing or where
erosion event, and yeah, that's the erosional event, and then you have another deposition over that as well.
Oh yeah, because you have the shift. Because you have there one angle down here, and then they eroded away, and then you had other stuff on top of it.
It's called an angular unconformity, and for that to happen, the difference in time between your conformity and your angled beds are immense. Because for the bottom beds,
no. It's creation week and the period and the few thousand years after the after creation, but before the flood. It says right there.
Well, it's wrong.
No, it says it right there. I have it. I found it on the internet. It has to be true.
But it's wrong.
I say and point at it with my actual finger because I'm an idiot.
What obviously had to happen was you had to have some deposition event, successive deposition events prior to the shifting event. You had it metamorphosed, lithified. It's now rock. You have some tectonic action, and it's shifted in angle. The bed's shifted in an angle. It's now pointing towards. It's called a strike and slip. I mean, the strike. It's a different direction now.
Mm-hmm.
So now it gets eroded flat due to some process, and then the position starts again until that's eventually lithified. Then there's some volcanic action where you have a batholith forming, Okay, that's maybe a bit too small to be called a batholith, but yeah, you have some igneous intrusion. Yeah, batholith, it's an actual word. And then you have some sort of runoff that starts cutting into all the rock.
Yeah, that would be the Colorado River in this case.
Yeah. And the thing is, the creationists scientists think that it's just a little tiny river that cut all that rock. It's not wrong, but it's not accurate.
It had loads of fucking time.
It not only had a lot of time, but the runoff changed throughout the formation of the Grand Canyon.
I have no doubt about that.
Yeah, there are periods where the water was more water moving to if it obviously the water, the runoff is a function of the environment. If it's a dry environment, which it is relatively now, you have less runoff. But obviously, if you go back in time, plate tectonics could have moved to a different position. Where this is just speculation. I don't know anything about the actual geology, but knowing
if this is the internet, you can speculate as much as you want.
Yeah, but you can compare it to an actual example from northern regions of Canada right now, which there are pretty much no fucking trees because the environment now there is not suitable for trees, but there's fossils of trees because somewhere in the past that was more that the whole area was more southward, where the environment was still good for trees until it eventually moved over that point. So if you use that sort of logic, yeah, that'll make sense. But no doubt, creationists will tell me, oh no, the people here have doctorates in geology, so they know more. Well, you can't argue with that logic now, can you?
Rhetoric, you might know this better since you live in the US. Is the Colorado River dammed at any point?
I have no fucking clue.
Okay, fair enough.
I will look it up though.
Yeah, well,
because it could like I wouldn't be surprised if it has a dam somewhere, so there's less water in the Colorado River. And the
Hoover Dam, which I should have known that, but yeah, the Hoover Dam.
So it might actually be that the creationists are idiots who didn't think about that and just assumed that the amount of water in it is the actual amount of water.
Yeah.
I mean, sure, there's been changes in it as well, but.
It's just a bunch of fucking bullshit.
The issue with remodeling naturalistic framework. Oh, great! So they're actually saying that that you shouldn't remodel it. That you should just go with the Bible. I think.
Probably.
All these people. What is this?
Don't know what to say.
Let's see what else we can find here. Because this one seems kind of weird. Well, all of it. Oh yeah. We should point out that they actually tried to make some kind of literature list. And it's fucking hilarious because it's just like Snelling, an infamous creationist, quote unquote, researcher, and it's just young Earth creationism, creation, although again and again, it's not actual proper scientific literature, because as some of you may know, they actually have this. They actually have they've made their own journal.
Yep.
Which is so adorable. It's like a kid trying to write their own version of Harry Potter.
That's
They
actually
have
such a good
a
analogy.
weekly video on the journal, like where they sit around and read one of the articles and talk about it.
Oh, who has it?
These guys do Creation Ministries International. It's hilarious. Terrible.
Actually, I just had an idea for a show, but fair enough. You could easily just have a show that's just a response to that video every week, like a podcast.
Well, this is the same site that what's his name? ChocolateHat and I did a video about them. We did the stream about these guys and their silly videos. Because that shit's hilarious.
Wait. Okay, what the fuck? Rediscovering a young Pluto. Are you fucking kidding me?
Oh god, these people are fucking reaching.
I told you about the dog on the
growth
planet.
layers. Great.
God, I'm lost.
I think my problem with
Bible believing biblioskeptics.
Yeah, it basically people who believe in the Bible and are Christian but aren't Christian enough, according to them. It's no true Scotchman fallacy, basically.
So basically, the majority of Christians.
Yeah, all the people who believe but aren't complete fucking idiots.
Micro.
Mm-hmm.
You just confirm. It says the article is from something Creationist magazine, September 1999.
Wait, which one?
This article you're looking at. To the right, corner right.
I'm not seeing a date on. Oh, here. Yeah, September 1999.
Wow.
That's reaching.
Exactly.
It's a creationist reach around. Oh no. Not this yet.
I've done like, I think I've done 2 videos on that right now.
Yeah.
About Mount St. Helens volcano. I even spoke. I think I spoke about that on when I did the video with Pologia.
Think you did?
I think I did. I did.
For some reason, that video is very vague in my mind.
It's vague in my mind too. Maybe it never actually happened.
Well, I know it did because you got an awesome graphic out of it.
Oh yeah, that's so cool. I still love that graphic. Oh god,
too much coal.
I should probably make another video soon. Probably. Noah's Mudbath. That's funny.
More former problems, more answers. Haha. They're not problems anymore because we have answers. Look at how clever we are.
Oh.
So
let's.
Are we gonna do Quiplash tonight?
I could only do it if we do it like nowish, because I have to leave right when more or less when the stream ends. I have to get going because I got to go buy my beer of the week and stuff.
Well,
plugging in my own stream. I'm streaming after this.
Yeah, Rhetoric&Discourse has a stream tonight at well, I'm not sure what
2
time.
hours after this show ends.
Yeah. And honestly, this stream, I think we've kind of exhausted because this is just gonna be more of the same stupid.
Yeah, it's very much overlapping, and
Yeah.
I've covered a lot of these sort of things in my videos. So I mean,
yeah, go watch Dan's videos.
It's not like anyone here actually, doesn't know about my videos, so it's okay.
But still, go watch Dan's videos.
Yeah. Watch them again. Watch them 1,000 times. And
Don't do that to yourself, please.
Honestly, I watch your videos. Like I watch the intro of your videos like over and over again because that purple squid in that music is amazing.
Oh,
I
know,
want
right?
a full length version of that music.
It's
you have like you have to do like a trailer of that for your channel.
It's oh yeah, that's a good idea. But I only have that's how long the song is.
Yeah, because that's how long Sorry for My Bad English made it.
Yeah.
But you could talk to him and maybe see if he can create just a minute and a half long version of it, maybe.
Yeah.
If he would want to, like.
I don't know. He's busy. But yeah, I'm still grateful for that. That really.
That is it's one of the best intros on YouTube.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna
just the fact that he managed to find a clip of a purple octopus is
actually he changed that color himself.
Oh, he color correct. Oh,
yeah.
I just assumed that it was some real like octopuses have weird colors.
Yeah, I actually want to change the actual intro a bit, like remove my old footage and add in new footage, but leave the octopus there. But I don't have the source material, so I should still get around to asking him to get like a source material, so I could just revamp it up a bit. But I'll.
Well, can't you just take the clip you have now and just edit that?
You can, but it's gonna overlap funny with the original source footage.
Anyways, what I'm trying to get here is we did actually do this website for 2 hours last time, and we've now done an hour and a half more on it, and it's starting to repeat itself. So I think actually we can do Quiplash. I think that's fair enough.
Yes.
No. What we should do instead of Quiplash is we should play TKO, because that Rhetoric&Discourse has that now, and that is a fucking fun game.
TKO.
It's made by Jackbox.tv. Basically, the premise is that you draw some stuff, and then you write some stuff, and then it randomly combines them into T-shirts. That the thing is, you can actually go buy the T-shirts afterwards. But it puts a picture and one of the things wrote as a slogan, and then you vote pretty much like Quiplash. But then the one that wins sticks around. So it's like a battle system. It's a very fun game. So I think
that's right.
All right, we can do that. I have it downloaded and ready to go.
Yeah. So that is that's it for all the actual quote unquote serious stuff. Now we are gonna do what we always do when we run out and just play games.
Play games. Are we gonna do it on here? Or are we starting a new stream?
There's really no point in starting a new stream.
All right, awesome. All right.
I mean, in the old days, we had done that and called it a game night, but fuck that.
Yeah. Speaking of which, if Rhetoric and Dan show up next Sunday, we will have a special R&D longer and harder birthday party.
Oh, nice.
So if Dan and cool. Rhetoric show up, I know that Micro will, which is why I don't.
I'm not doing anything.
Oh god, this game is so loud. This game is unnecessarily loud. Sorry, I'm trying to set it up, but
yeah, I'm gonna go get more beer. Well,
it shouldn't take too long. All right, everybody, keep
It doesn't take long to get beer either.
Yeah, but keep the audience entertained.
How are we supposed to do that?
I don't know.
It's like
sounds like a
it's
you
not like
job.
you can do the striptease at the moment. I mean, you could, but it'd be kind of underwhelming, I guess.
Did you all just hear Micro swear in the background?
No.
What did you
just
say?
hear him. I just hear him say "fuck's sake." Why would he?
Stub the toe.
Yeah, but why would he swear in English though? That's odd.
Wait, are you wondering why I would swear in English? Because I'm speaking English with you right now.
Yeah, you did. You did. What did you do? Why did you swear?
When I opened the beer, the cap went under my microwave,
Mm.
and then when I lifted the microwave to get it out, and I have a pencil lying on top of it because I used it to write my shopping list,
Mm.
and that went rolled off the microwave and down under my fridge. Yes.
Okay, I didn't understand what the game's gonna be at all. So
Yeah.
Don't worry, it's not that complicated.
All right, I did
It's
stick the
like
thing
with
in-
all
from
of
what I
it.
understood, it's like Quiplash and
It's
Rollful.
basically, it's a very it's sort of a combination of the two.
What are we supposed to do?
Go to jackbox.tv.
Yeah, I got that.
Good.
Yeah, I put the code in the chat places, so it
In
should
the
be
Skype.
there. And then
Yeah, it's
I'll-
just
then I'll-
I'm at the thing and I have no idea what I'm supposed to do with it.
well, neither do I.
Like there's tiny images, right?
Oh,
And then
you're
there's a
supposed to.
victory code.
Those are like avatars. You're supposed to
Pick an avatar.
pick one of them, I think. So just
Alright.
click on one of them.
Okay.
All right, I think we got everybody here. So is this a game that the audience can play?
Yes, they can participate in it as well.
Okay, so I'm going to
as
share my
audience.
screen. And audience, you may do that thing where you join us.
Look at that art.
That is actually really good art. I kind of wish I could play the music because the music was actually pretty good.
And as you can see, we all have little cool images.
We don't have to draw we don't have to try to draw our avatars.
No. Flood me.
Fail miserably at it all the time.
Oh, and to anyone who wants to join and fill
Oh my
it
god,
up.
there's a burqa one.
There's one with a burqa?
The
Nice.
burqa avatar.
No, that's the mouth, not the eyes.
No, that's definitely a burqa.
That's what you
And
see.
to anyone who wants to join, go to jackbox.tv and put in
Yeah, that's a burqa.
Moose.
I kind of like the one-eyed burqa one as well. The one-eyed burqa is
Well, you
pretty
can
good
even
avatar
check
too.
and just click on.
Oh, we got everybody here. Look at that. We're full. I think.
I'm not sure who Flood.me is. And
Press
of course, you can
start,
still
I think.
join even though we're full.
Director Blast, I think you're in charge of actually starting the game. 'Cause
Yeah,
you showed up
he is.
first.
And you can obviously still
What?
join as an audience member and help us vote. Yellow is Flood.me. Good.
Yeah, Director Blast, you're in charge of starting the game.
Oh, okay.
It should.
There we go.
Yeah, there you go.
And look
Oh.
at that art. That is fucking amazing.
It is really
That's
good art.
pretty cute.
I really wish you guys could hear the music. The music's really
Yeah,
good.
the music is really good. I've seen streams of this. It's a very streamer game.
Yeah. I have to figure out a way to get music on here. Well, I know how. It just takes for fucking ever.
There's a fucking intro and everything.
Oh wow, there is.
It's
So
so,
much effort in this.
there's so much effort put into this.
There's a
Like,
fucking
why-
dragon. Look
why
at this,
don't-
chapter 1.
Why
It
don't
comes
they
in
have this?
chapters too.
Oh Jesus. Okay.
And the catfish, for
Oh
some
my God,
reason,
I
has
missed.
a
missed
scar.
Snake,
I'm a snake.
you're a danger noodle.
I'm a danger.
Okay, so what do you do?
I don't know. It's saying instructions, but I lowered the volume so I can't even hear myself.
Yeah, don't worry. The
Okay.
instruction will make sense.
Here.
Oh, there it is.
Okay, now I have to draw, and you actually have multiple colors here. I don't
Yeah,
think you
What are
can
we supposed
erase.
to draw?
Just draw something, anything.
Hmm. The only problem with the streams is we always get
Oh,
like,
you actually have
focus
an
on our stuff.
undo. You have an undo button.
Oh man, I feel spoiled.
I'm just used to drawing with just the one color now.
And I think you have to draw multiple. No, you don't. Okay.
Nope. Just the one. The art is really cool in this. I like it.
I still love that the catfish has a scar. That's such a nice little detail.
It is. It is. I like. Yeah. I like the little drawings.
Seconds left. Well, less now because you're seeing it as a past. Come on, Dan.
Come on, Dan. Kaylee, do it.
I pressed yes.
Well, you didn't register.
I don't know.
Same thing with Kylie. Kaylee, I don't know how to pronounce your name, and I'm sorry. Oh, wait, now we have to draw a second thing?
Yeah, there's a second thing.
Okay.
Okay, Kelly, you just draw something and click on the little check mark. That's all you have to do.
Doesn't matter what you draw.
Yeah. And then after this, we will be presented. We will have to make some random like slogans. Basically, we have to imagine that we're designing T-shirts.
This is quite a complicated game you got us into here, Micro.
Kinda. 10 seconds left or something like that. Dan, you haven't drawn a single thing.
Oh my god, I have.
Now you have.
Oh no, it didn't register?
No, now it registered this one.
That's so
And we're
good.
just waiting on Dabber, or Dabber didn't get to.
And now we have to draw the final one.
Draw the last one.
Yes.
I gotta fix the sound. I'm gonna fix the sound for next time. I promise, guys. The next one will not be as bad as this. Fortunately, it doesn't let me do the thing I want to do.
Oh.
Oh, the sound is okay. Oh, that's why. You're on the wrong one. If I switch, yeah. I hate you, computer, not being able to have multiple channels at the same time.
Typical Mac.
Well, it can. It's just a lot. Well, it's not the Mac. It's the Google Hangouts won't.
Nice. Geo says in the chat, my drawings feel like some Parkinson guy wanking.
Oh, something to look forward to. I've been keeping up with the chat. Oh my goodness, chat.
So, as long as there's some, it doesn't matter how many there is. I mean, it does for the points wise, but as long as there is some. So, okay. Now people have drawn weird things. Now we have to make some slogans. And there's probably some kind of cool effect or sounds thing we can't hear.
Yay.
Yeah. Well, let's see.
No, okay. Start
Write
writing.
something funny or clever or anything
at all. Yes.
Hmm.
And you can just keep writing as many as you want.
Ah.
I thought we had to do it one by one.
Oh, someone's at the door.
No,
What's
just
that all about?
as I said, just keep writing, keep writing, keep writing.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Okay, now you'll be presented with a screen where you have you can switch between 3 drawings at the top and 3 slogans at the bottom, and you have to choose something that you think is funny.
Oh, that one, I got a good one. I think Gio and I had the same idea about what we drew. I got my loot crate today, guys. If I had a camera, I'd do an unboxing.
Whatever, Ashens. Dapper, we're only waiting for you.
We believe in you, Dabber.
Do you believe in love? I couldn't even finish that. I was laughing too hard.
Good one.
My squeaky chair. Chapter 2, Into the Shirt. It's obviously made as if it's a karate film.
Fake news.
I mean, what's wrong with murder if you really think about it? Is this real life? And now we have to pick. And it's basically a knockout system. So the one that gets the most votes gets to stay, and the other one is discarded. And there's a new one.
Wow.
Ooh. Oh, also, all the audience, you can join in. And because Stabber was the one who put those 2 together, he gets points.
That's a good combination. Oh, goodness. Oh, no.
Oh.
Wow. Yeah, Gio.
Oh.
Shirtality.
Oh my goodness.
His shirt is burned.
Well, man, that was brutal.
Good job, Gio. Versus.
What is that?
Preox.
Oh,
Sorry, I'm still going with extra large. Well, extra large.
Fucking
Well,
floaty,
Dabber, remember
Preox.
you're not getting the points for it. The person who put them together is.
oh man.
And the
Gio's
streaks.
kicking ass.
And the streaks matters as well in the point.
Gio found a good combination there.
Yeah, that's. I mean, there is a bit of luck to it.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a good one.
I mean, we all knew who drew that, don't we? It's not a dick, I swear.
It's not a dick.
Woo! Yeah, that was all me.
Wait, who was that? Is that
Rhetoric
you?
and Discourse.
I can't. Okay, now I can see it. That's a good combination.
It was really good. I could not use it.
Wait, what?
Somebody
Tiny.
touched my spoon.
No, sorry.
My
It's
God.
not a thing. It's still funnier.
Oh, really? Oh, PurpleDan's been a rebel.
Yeah, I knew he was gonna put that.
Somebody touched my spaghetti.
Someone touched me spaghetti.
Woo.
It's not a dick.
Only God can judge me.
You're not gay. At least I think that's what's supposed to.
Your mom gay?
Yeah,
I'm not
You're non-gay.
entirely sure.
your mom gay.
Your mom gay.
Oh, damn it! I forgot to actually vote. I'm an idiot.
Mom gay. Oh my god. That something like that actually wins.
What?
Wait, what?
What?
Oh, LSD. Your ticket to cat. That's the formula for. That's what they let us in LSD.
Oh, okay.
And then there's something fucking bumps. What do you mean you can't see what you vote for, you? You can literally you click on your phone. The light on the screen doesn't matter. I mean, if the light shouldn't affect the actual pictures.
Is it really laggy? I mean,
Apparently.
hopefully not be too laggy. Well, maybe it is.
We can always play Quiplash instead.
Oh,
We
we can
always finish this because I mean, it's not
Well,
gonna
it
get
is
that one.
it is finished, I think.
No, it's not. It's like that's just the
No,
first
third
round.
round.
Yeah, the dude said like take a break. So
Okay, fair enough. I thought.
yeah, we're drawing a second
I'll
time.
Go again.
But it doesn't say who. Like, doesn't really.
It says
It's
who
not
won.
just a lot of feedback on the points.
It said who won.
Did it?
Yeah, it said who was the streak winner and who was the gauntlet
Oh.
winner.
It's kind of, this is a little bit harder than Drawful just because you don't have a prompt, so you have to be a little bit more clever with your drawings.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Okay, apparently the audience seems to prefer Quiplash, which is fair enough. I think I like the art style and the idea of this. It's just...
Yeah, but we're not getting the sound. I think that's also playing.
Yeah, I'll try to figure out sound stuff for the next time we do things, because the sounds are really cool. But I'm sorry, like I'm not the only one who gets to hear them.
But looking at the time and looking at how dead my eyes feel.
Yeah, well, next time I'll get this figured out, because this was kind of the plan for birthday party stuff for me. So I will get it figured out before then.
It's too much for it to be actually playable.
Ooh, write something clever. Write something clever.
Oh yeah, this time it's only one.
Really? It's letting me put in more than one.
No, it's only one drawing.
Oh, okay.
And then now we have to choose we get presented with a t-shirt as before. Yeah, maybe I think Quiplash it might actually be better.
I think for the audience, it's
yeah. Okay, yeah.
We do it all for you, audience.
We touch ourselves for you. No, wait, different kind of stream.
There's two butts that still need to do the whole choosing thing.
Yeah, picks. Now there's one butt that needs to do something.
The butt. Oh, I didn't.
I think he might have been dropped out.
Oh, that's shit.
Something like that. I'm not sure. Oh, it actually reuses some of the one of the...
Oh, that's good.
It actually reuses the
yeah, I drew that first one.
Yeah, and I was the one who made that. It's all downhill from here.
Okay. Yeah.
Yay!
It really is all downhill from here.
Fatality.
Oh.
No. For Kaylee. Okay.
Kaylee.
Kaylee? Alright.
K-A-Y would be K. Like that cat.
Oh, goodness.
The utter desperation on that. Whatever it is, though. Like... Save me, please.
Ooh.
I got that. I think it was either. I guess not you, Mike. I think it was Gio who sent me that picture of like a sun setting and it yelling, "I'm drowning." Was that you? That's what inspired me.
Help me! I'm drowning.
Yeah. The best don't stare. Yeah, I saw that picture again today, and so that inspired this.
Help me! I'm drowning. I'm drowning.
Oh man!
I think it was something like I'm drowning.
Man, the Rectum Blast is just kicking all sorts of ass today.
That is a really good combination, though.
I died though. So downhill from here. It just stays funny.
That's not very politically correct.
Kind of looks like the robot from the robot from Futurama. Almost.
Oh, Bender.
The devil robot, not Bender.
Yeah, kind of. Oh, that's very nice.
Really well drawn.
Nice one.
Damn, someone put in a lot of effort into this.
Who drew that though?
Yeah,
Someone
That's
has
really,
a fancy
really-
degree from art school.
that's really well done considering what you have to work with.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's pretty cute.
Ooh, just barely scratched the win there,
No,
Micro.
come on. That was
It's a bit weird that you get to vote for
yourself. Yeah.
I love the one with the.
It was really good artwork, but
Pretty
the oh, this is yeah.
Oh, that's
Get good.
Good.
Fucking get good though.
whoever put the hat to that one is fucking. I was the one who wrote the get good, but
Oh,
I
that's not me.
something like that.
And I'm the one who drew it.
I don't even what is
What
that?
is it supposed to be?
What's the blue penis about?
Yeah, what's the blue dick?
Don't ask. I don't know
Is
either.
it supposed to be a cat paw poking out of something? That's how I'm gonna interpret it.
Mm.
Horrible.
What?
That's like
That's another really good picture, though.
I'm not even sure what it's an elf.
that's
with
winter
one eye?
conjunctivitis or something.
It's a one-eyed. That's a one-eyed.
One-eyed elf.
Yeah,
Who says
one-eyed.
it's eye? Who says it's eye? Maybe it's a mouth.
Maybe it's its butt. Who knows?
Oh.
We don't know elf anatomy. Elf anatomy.
Pull my finger.
Oh.
Oh wait, now I think now we get all the ones that won get into the. We have 4 shirts that won now. The 2 periods they have to battle to find the ultimate winner.
Oh.
It's a bit longer game. Shirts of legend.
This is...
LSD, a ticket to Candyland versus. Pull my finger.
Pull my finger.
That's a hard one.
I just want you to actually pronounce that in like a really thick German accent.
Yeah. No. Yeah, I think I'd like that one more if I could actually understand that word.
Well, it's LSD.
I know that it's LSD, but I try to read it, it just doesn't work.
I'm sorry, but there's only one of them that's the clear winner in this setup.
Oh yeah, hands down. I love the simplistic drawing. It's just
I
so
love that drawing.
beautiful.
That's good.
I actually want a shirt like that.
Well, you can. All
Rectoblast
all the
literally
shirts,
just
all
voted
they've
for
actually
someone else just out of modesty.
no.
Yeah.
Jackbox has a service with this game where where you can get the actual
Oh
shirts,
man, this is a
like
tough
actual
one.
shirts.
Because
It's a tough one.
as much as I love the cute drawing, it's still all downhill from here.
Well, I'm glad you think my drawing is cute.
It really is pretty cool.
Yes, I'm so narcissistic that I've made a drawing of myself.
Oh shit, it's a tie.
Fuck me.
No thanks. That's what no Rectoblast is for.
Oh yeah.
I like the way you said, "Oh yeah." Like,
Eat
my
my
potatoes.
Nice. I just realized it's a kitty.
So yeah, that is TKO.
Okay.
All right, that was awesome, guys. Well, we are gonna be done now.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
And I will try to fix the next thing so that the next time we play, we can actually.
Also, I think we should play Quiplash next time because
I still want to fix it so we can have sound because I think all of these games, like now that I've actually played them on this end with sound, they have pretty cool music, and we'd have to do a whole lot less explaining of the rules since it actually like goes by, like it actually tells you what to do in the game.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna try to figure out how to get like 2 channels going on my mic at the same time.
Well, not your mic.
Yeah, my mic, because it has to have my computer sounds and my voice at the same time.
Oh, yeah, but I thought you meant that you were gonna record it through your mic.
No. So that fucking what's the thing that Hangouts actually uses both.
Well, Hangouts isn't gonna split it up.
No, that's right. I have to do it. I have to mix it, and then I have to put it through Hangouts thing. So
anyways, all that
technical nonsense. We're figuring it out.
Fuck Technobabble. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. I'm not sure what we'll be doing next time. Hopefully, be doing something fun. Also, join up with Rhetoric&Discourse's longer and harder in 3 hours.
2 hours.
No, 2 hours. Sorry, yeah, 2 hours. I might be there, but I have another show to watch. So, but go if you don't have another show to watch, go watch his show. He's gonna have a colleague on, if I've understood correctly.
I don't know. I don't think I am because it's fucking cold and gross outside. And I don't want to drive to this house. So
fair enough. Maybe not.
I'm lazy.
Also, watch out. I should have a new video out in the next couple of days. So that's gonna be awesome. So yeah, Dan, wanna plug your shit? Do we have anything coming out? Anything?
There is a collaboration with a certain ESET in the works, but that's kind of a bit slow.
Nice.
Nice. And Nerdsublast doesn't make stuff, so. But
no, I got nothing.
I got nothing. I love how she just said that. I got nothing.
Anyways, guys, that has been us. That has been the show. See ya.
Have fun.